It's really interesting speaking about Afropean in a place like Lisbon, because you have the Retornados, you know, and even my father-in-law is a Portuguese Mozambican, and you know he feels African, you know, and he feels you know the Mozambique represents who he is way more than Portugal does. And I don't go around telling people, hey, I'm Afropean, you know. I use Afropean more as a platform, as a suggestion, and to insert complexity into the idea of Europe. And what happened is I started writing about this liminal terrain that Afropean represents to me, and suddenly other people sort of, it resonated with other people. I didn't even coin the term, I guess I took part in popularising it. The people who coined it was David Byrne from the Talking Heads. So I think there are so many stories, and I think that they're stories that need to be told, and I don't think you should shut anyone out of that conversation and getting people to talk about their experience and share these histories that don't get shared often enough. So what I didn't ever want Afropean to be was like a sort of middle class affair that's all about the success stories of Black Europe. For me, it had to be more inclusive than that, and I've worked hard to try and think about Afropean and that space as something that is more inclusive than just a sort of very rosy view. Being from the UK and having gone through Brexit and the rise in racism, you know, it was probably only about the third or fourth time that I got called nigger, was the rise, and a lot of my friends experienced the same thing. So there's this rise of nationalism, and how can you tackle that? Well, I think you can tackle it by transcending the borders of your own country, of your own nation, and connecting your local and your personal experience with something larger, something transnational. And especially within Europe, that has this history of colonialism, that has communities dealing with that legacy. And I think there's a lot to be said for connecting the dots, and people that ordinarily wouldn't be necessarily interested in identity or anything political. What I try and do is take those ideas and present them in something that's a little bit more palatable to more people. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay, no problem. Thank you.